Hey guys, welcome back to Angel and Angela, and on this topic I want to talk to you guys about how energy is the new currency. Energy is the new currency. The reason, knowing your value and knowing that with information comes a lot of responsibility, because the knowledge that you learn is power, and you have the power, and the narcissist denies your power, although they won't leave you alone. There was something about you that the narcissist felt like they had to keep coming back for. And that's because your energy is worth currency when the narcissist has none. And this is something that, you didn't know, but the narcissist was well aware of. So now that a lot of people, know, and this generation is living in a state of mind of currency, naturally, born into it. It comes with a lot of negative energy when you're not knowing that whatever you put out, you get back. A lot of empaths weren't aware of their own frequency. And this is why the narcissist exploited, a lot of empaths, but a lot of empaths nowadays are very self-aware. I think you guys don't realize how aware empaths are. You go around the world thinking everyone's dumb, or everyone, they don't get you, or no one gets me, or I don't, there's no people around me that are like me, and things like that. You tell yourself those things, and that means that you're vibing off of a low frequency. And you're trying to force people to believe that that is the reality, because that's your reality. And we've all been there before. I've been there before, and a lot of people, won't tell you, but the narcissist is the main person that won't tell you about your frequency, about your energy. And maybe, people around you will tell you, know your own value. And you're like, I do value myself. I take care of myself, or, I'm a good person. You tell yourself these things. So when you start seeing the narcissist get their karma, right, and you're seeing it with your own eyes, you're like, okay, let me pay attention now. You've been with this person for months, years. Now you're like, let me pay attention. And you're seeing their karma. You're seeing how they're trying to make it seem like they will never come back. They're trying to make it seem like they're valuable. They're trying to make it seem like they don't need you. They'll move on, and these things, and they'll go on for months, years, if you keep messing with these type of people, because they're literally trying to tap into your frequency to take your energy. And if someone is that desperate to take your energy, like, it's sick. It's very, very sick. And to someone like me who has healed and realized that type of sickness, you look at it like a disease, and they put that on you. They misdirect you. They don't want you to know what your value is, what your frequency is, because frequency doesn't lie. Frequency, when nothing is by accident. And a lot of times we're understanding the roots of narcissism because we've seen it our whole lives. But we also have to take into acknowledgement that this generation knows about these things. They know their value. Some feel like they don't have enough value because they might not have the looks, right? So they start focusing on their looks. And other kids around them won't tell them their value because they're like, hey, if I'm looking good, that's all that matters because I'm trying to survive. That's what these children are doing. They're not as naive as you might think. So we have to learn from one another. We have to learn from, you can learn from everyone, from every person that you come across. And sometimes you have to learn harsh lessons, like the lessons that you learned with that narcissist, but that caught you up to the reality of what it is. The reason it's very important for you to know that energy is the new currency is because the narcissists, they have a lot of back pay. That's how you have to look at it. They have a lot of back pay. They owe a lot of money. They're like that, person that owes a lot of money. They have back pay. And this is why they go from person to person that's not aware of what's going on. But we live in times that a lot of people are aware of that, and they're willing to give their energy freely to the narcissist, because the narcissist feels like they have came clean about a lot of their dirt, a lot of their things. And that's what's going to happen in these times, is that you're going to come across a lot of narcissists that are going to tell you, what they're into, what they want. And you're going to feel like, because they're being open with you, the energy is going to be mutual, and you're going to feel like they're not taking from you. They're not taking advantage of you, because you're aware of what they're doing. They're being open to you about things. They're telling you about their past. They're, telling you that, you're the best thing that's ever happened to them, basically. So the narcissist understands that most people that they want to go after understand their value. And they might not be aware of a lot of things. They have a lot of information, but they haven't tapped into their frequency. So they're like walking computers, and the narcissist is basically a virus. And just by you talking to them, that virus has already infiltrated your system. So now you're going to have a desire to be around this person all the time. And when you're around this person all the time, you're not realizing that they're taking energy from you. They're lowering your frequency. And by them lowering your frequency, they're lowering your currency. They're lowering your value, not just in a spiritual way, but in a physical way. Narcissists, they give diseases. They make you age. A lot of things, you'll find yourself, up and down and just always on the move, always feeling like you need to be, rested more. So they are lowering your currency just by being around them. And a lot of, people might not understand that, and they feel like, they got this under control, basically, because they have to do what they have to do. But the moment that they suck you in, you're going to feel like there's no escape, and you're going to get real ill. So this is why it's very important to stay away from these type of people and be aware of them, because, you'll find yourself in places and changing in ways that you were never, expecting to change. And when narcissists, don't want you to know your value, and they keep coming back into your life, that's a form of disrespect, because they're, your frequency, it costs. It has a price tag on it. But when your frequency is where it needs to be, you're going to connect with the people that you need to connect, with, whether, like I said, you have to learn a harsh lesson, or you have something to gain from this opportunity, because that's going to determine your currency. So the narcissist doesn't want you to know that your energy is currency, and this is why they keep coming back over and over again. They don't want you to know that. So we need to catch up to understand that everyone nowadays knows that. The younger generation knows that. So The narcissist knows that people nowadays understand that. The problem is that people have low self-esteem. They say the most disgusting things to you. They want to see how tough you are. You're going to start crying. This is why people will tell you don't cry. And you'll think to yourself, I want to cry. It's the normal thing to do. But people will tell you that not because they don't love you, but because they know that the narcissist will get off on that. They will get off on that. And the moment that they do, they're taking energy from you. And this is why they get a smirk on their face. And this is why you will feel bad, because you feel like, I'm on a different level. I'm not used to being here. I'm used to better things. I'm used to being around my family or friends, or, you're like, what's going on? Because the narcissist has, took your energy, and they don't want you to know your value. They don't want you to know your worth. So they take energy from you, and you might feel like your value is down, based on your situation. But you have to have a lot of faith, and, you have to believe, and you have to believe in yourself when the narcissist does not believe in you, because they're getting ready to leave. They're always getting ready to leave. They're always, they're energy thieves. That's all that they are. They're energy thieves. Anyone that, gets into relationships and things like that, and it's all a facade, that's someone with a very low frequency. People with high frequencies want to be around partners and people that have high frequencies. And, it has nothing to do sometimes with the way you look. This is why you'll wonder, why is this person with this person? And, you'll see that now that person is desirable, and everyone wants to be around that person. Now, all these women want to be with that couple, with that man or woman, or men, same thing. Now they're desirable to both couples, and you're like, what's going on? That's that low frequency coming to get you, coming to get your family, coming to get your foundation. So a lot of people, have came to understand what it is that they believe in and what they feel. And sometimes you're open to things that the narcissist has misguided you in. And you might think that it's normal, but they might have, put something in your life before they left so that you can continue doing it, or think it's normal, or start creating new ideas to do something that almost resembles that, but in a different way. They planted those things on purpose. So anything that came from that narcissist that you were with, you have to get rid of it. You have to detox. You have to detox your energy. You have to stay away from these people that have hurt you, that are, you can't come to a resolution with them, that don't, they've never showed any sense of remorse towards you, who have lied on you. Narcissists are big time liars. You say something to them, they twist your words, they gaslight you, and they make you look like the bad person all the time. And this is all low frequency energy. This is why you can't even give it any mind. And you will see that when you don't give it mind, and these people are trying to attack you, you will see them get burned right in front of you. So you have to understand your power too, wishing bad on people, all of those things, anger, jealousy, all of those things that you saw the narcissist do. The narcissist teach you what not to do. That's what they were sent for. And you will learn each lesson slowly, and it will remind you of something. And this is why you have to erase all those things and understand that anything that comes your way, you have to think about those narcissists in your life, how they handled that situation, how you shouldn't handle that situation, because their energy is very strong, so they teach you what not to do, you guys. A lot of, this generation, they're not as dumb as you think. They don't say certain things around you. And sometimes you think that they don't understand something, and really they're like 2-3 steps ahead of you. And I'm watching it, I watch it, and then, as an artist, I talk to, the people closest to me, or people, kids, and, they feel really comfortable with me. And that's because they know that I see them. They know that I know what they're going through, what they're thinking, the problem, and they're the future. So we have to understand that sometimes we have to listen more and understand, because times have changed, and that's the problem that a lot of empaths went through when their narcissistic parents were forcing them to do something based off of their religion or their past or their hurt, and they were all projecting those things onto you, and they're like, no, I didn't. No, I wasn't. It's like someone getting a divorce, and, that their partner leaves, and the partner is like, I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to talk to you. Bye, deuces. And you're like, oh, what the hell just happened here? And you weren't really expecting that, and you don't have no one to argue with. You can't defend yourself. You can't fix things. You can't get an apology, and you're like, where do I redirect this anger? And then you'll take it out on the person closest to you, or you'll take it out on someone that you feel doesn't sympathize with you when they're fighting their own battle themselves and are depressed and have anxiety. So understand frequency, understand energy, understand how your energy can affect others, and how those people's energies can affect you. Because it's free, that frequency has value. You have value. If you're still here, you're of value. You're of use. And if you keep striving and working at it day by day, that frequency slowly changes until you're finally running. You have to fix yourself. When the narcissist leaves you, you actually feel like an old car. Those old cars parked on the driveway, and you're driving past that neighbor's house, and you're like, something happened here. That car has been sitting out there for a while, and they're not looking too well. So people can tell, people can feel it. And people can feel when you're really humble. People can feel when you're humble, when you don't care where you're at in life. They can feel it. They can feel it when you're like, hey, whatever situation I end up in, I'm going to fight. And then, someone else, you could have a clone, and that clone is the opposite from you. They're like an alter ego, and that alter ego is going to say, that clone is going to say, I can't do it. And you're like, well, I don't feel that way. So that alter ego, that clone, that's that person the narcissist created you to be. And you have to kill that part. And it hurts. I get it. But the more you stay there, the more your frequency lowers. And then you're going to feel like you're in a box. And that's because you will be in a box. So I hope that this message, you guys, was helpful, informative. I hope that it can help you in your healing, striving, moving forward from here. And I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, and peace. And if you guys want to book with me, my information, as always, is on the description box. Just give me 24 hours to respond and to book with me. My prices are going up, you guys. So if you want to book with me within this month and next month, you guys are welcome to. And I will talk to you guys on the next podcast. Love you guys. Bye.